What's up, everybody? Welcome to another video. Welcome to the channel. Now, today's video is a little bit of a sad one because 3 weeks ago there was a US soccer reporter or football reporter, depending on what part of the world you're watching this from, that made the news. You know, he went to report the news, but he made the news because he was detained for trying to go into a stadium wearing a pride t-shirt in Qatar. Now, as some of you might well know, countries like Qatar and many of the Middle Eastern countries, they do frown upon things like this that are very political in nature, especially if it is against the law of their land. However, he tried to, I don't know, defy the powers over there, the powers to be, and he was detained for a little while, and then he was released as well. I think he ended up maybe taking off the shirt and then going over to go and do his job. But he made a lot of rave reviews. You know, I heard about it on the radio. He was talked about as a hero and whatnot, and now reports are coming out that he just passed away, I think in the last 24 hours, whilst the Netherlands-Argentina game was going on. Now, there's been a little bit of a speculation about the deaths, that it's kind of like maybe foul play is going on. The brother has come out to say one or two things, and might end up playing the clip of the brother talking about himself and Grant Wahl that just died. And there's a few things I also want to share about the Middle East with you guys, because I have my own personal experience in the Middle East as well. So without further ado, I want us to get into the story real quickly, and yeah, let's just talk about it. Okay, so leave your comment as we go along in the comment section below and let me know what you think. Anyway, US journalist Grant Wahl dies in Qatar during World Cup. It says Grant Wahl, one of the most well-known soccer writers in the United States, died while covering the World Cup match between Argentina and the Netherlands. U.S. media seated near him said Wahl was stricken while in the media section at Lusail Iconic Stadium during extra time, and reports adjacent to him called for assistance. Emergency services workers responded very quickly, the reporters said, and the reporters later were told that Wahl had died. So apparently, I think the medical services got him to the hospital, and he died at the hospital. So that's the photo of the guy who died, and I want to go down the story to get, while people are saying that this might have been an attack against him or whatnot, well, maybe there are reasons to think that these were of natural causes. So according to this report, it says Wahl was one of two American journalists reportedly detained 2 weeks ago when they arrived to cover the USA versus Wales game wearing rainbow t-shirts in support of the LGBTQ community. So there were two of them. So if it was an attack that some people are speculating, well, why didn't it happen to two of them? Why didn't it happen just to only him and not both of them? So there's a little bit of a question there. The rainbow symbol represents support for the LGBTQ community, as we well know, and homosexuality is illegal in Qatar. However, what many of these reporters would not tell you is that in Qatar, there are a lot of things in sexual nature that are pretty much illegal as well. Heterosexual, public display of heterosexual behavior is also frowned upon. It's also illegal. Now, I've been to United Arab Emirates. I went to Dubai. I spent some time over there, and in as much as the country is beautiful, the people are beautiful, very welcoming, friendly people. The laws there just kind of give me the chills a little bit, because I have relatives that live there, and the married ones can't even hold hands on the street. That's how strict their laws are. So it doesn't matter whether you're a member of LGBTQ or you are heterosexual. Anything of sexual nature is frowned upon, and many people don't know how strict these policies are outside of the West. For those people who hate Western countries like Australia, you would say America, England, Canada, New Zealand, or whatever, that they are, most bigoted countries. You will be wrong if you think that, because you've never been to these other countries before. The rules are pretty strict. And for me, I believe that when you are in somebody's land, you have to respect their laws. When I'm in the West, I drive differently than when I'm in Africa, where road rage is kind of like part of the law, but when you're in the West, you will lose all the demerit points and whatnot. So you have to respect that country. That's why I really wasn't, for somebody going to somebody else's country and trying to impinge their own, beliefs and laws on those countries, So anyways, there are some details regarding what, happened. So I just want to read about what Wahl himself said and his experience in the last 10 days so that we can have a bit more idea of what happened to him. Now, Wahl, 48, was covering his 8th World Cup. He wrote on Monday that he had visited a hospital in Qatar. So he had started feeling sick for a couple of days. So it wasn't something that just suddenly happened. So he said, my body broke down on me. 3 weeks of little sleep, high stress, and lots of work can do that to you, Wahl wrote. And, we have seen reporters who, whilst they're reporting right there on television, maybe, in the heat, particularly maybe in countries like that, and just collapse right in front of you, live TV. There are many. If you Google them, you'll find that many people, these things have happened. They had strokes, heart attack, or whatnot. So he said, my body broke down on me. 3 weeks of little sleep, high stress, and a lot of work can do that to you. Then he went on by saying, what had been a cold over the last 10 days turned into something more severe on the night of the USA-Netherlands game. And I could feel my upper chest take on a new level of pressure and discomfort. I didn't have the cough. I tested regularly here. But I went into the medical clinic at the main media center today, and they said I probably have bronchitis. They gave me a course of antibiotics and some heavy-duty cough syrup, and I'm already feeling a bit better just a few hours later. But still, no bueno. Following his death, his brother Eric said in a post on Instagram that he believed that Grant had met foul play. So let's check out what the brother had to say real quickly.
My name is Eric Wahl. I live in Seattle, Washington. I am Grant Wahl's brother. I am gay. I am the reason he wore the rainbow shirt to the World Cup. My brother was healthy. He told me he received death threats. I do not believe my brother just died. I believe he was killed. And I just beg for any help.
All right, you guys. So that was the brother, expressing his own feeling regarding what has happened. And I don't blame him because, I'd feel the same. That something, foul play had happened if somebody related to me was told died like that. So it was really sad. However, I would say this, that going there to challenge power in another man's country, to impinge your own beliefs on those people, I don't think it's something that would have achieved anything. It got a lot of plaudits for this guy. People praised him for it. However, it has changed nothing in that country, and it would change nothing. And the reason why I'm saying this is this. Understand that when you go to other people's country, when you're in Rome, you have to respect their laws, behave like the Romans. That's an English saying, right? So when I'm in the West, when I'm in Australia, America, or England, right, I would behave the same way everybody else is behaving. I'm not gonna chew stuff and just take the paper, fold it, and throw it off in the streets. If I was eating snacks and throw it away in the street, if I get caught for doing that, I get arrested. But I could get away with that in my own country, in Africa. So we have to be mindful of these things when we go to other people's country. I've done a story about football players that wanted to go and wear the pride flag at the sports ground, right? Trying to virtue signal. And at the end of the day, they wouldn't achieve anything. I can respect the Iranian soccer team that went and respectfully, whilst their national anthem was playing, they stood silently and they held hands together, respectfully, respecting their country's national anthem while still protesting against some laws that are very anti-women, right, in their country. And guess what? It's actually working because their government is now thinking about abolishing certain things that women have been saying, don't force us to do them. Right? So it's working. So if it's for your own country, fine. But don't bring your country's politics and try to impinge it on other country. Anyways, Wahl wrote that he had been among 82 journalists honored by FIFA and the International Sports Press Association (AIP) for attending 8 or more World Cups. NPR can confirm the death of a longtime soccer sports writer, Grant Wahl. He died today in Doha, Qatar, while covering the Argentina-Netherlands World Cup. I wanted to read something more that he spoke about. Okay, it's probably not in this report, but he did say that there were other people who were actually also experiencing the same thing as him. Some people were really coughing really hard. Some people were really sick, some sports writers over there. So it wasn't just synonymous to him. Unfortunately, he's the only one that ended up dying. And, you know, I feel really sad. My thoughts and prayers goes out to the family. But I just want to use this once again to appeal to you guys out there. When you're in somebody else's country and they have laws, please and please try not to stand up to their power over there, because it is not going to change anything and you will not succeed in doing anything. And bad things can happen. And at the end of the day, you're only going to get covered for about 15 minutes and people are going to move on to the next thing. So to be forewarned is to be forearmed, in my own opinion. So let me know what you guys think about this in the comment section below. I want to thank you guys for watching this video. I'm sure it's not something enjoyable, but please, if you do like talking about, politics and whatnot, do the needful, smash the like button, leave your comments about this and any other thing you want to talk about, as well as, subscribe to the channel for more videos. And I'll talk to you guys again real soon. Take care. Peace. And Sire's out of here. Bye-bye.